Alex Sinclair lived in a world that many people only dreamt of. He had everything money could buy: luxury cars, a massive house in the richest part of the city, private tutors, and endless opportunities. But despite all this, Alex often felt a quiet emptiness inside him. His father, Mr. Sinclair, was proud and commanding, a man whose reputation and wealth shaped the city. But he rarely spoke about feelings, love, or dreams. To Alex, life had always been about appearances, about keeping the Sinclair name perfect. One rainy evening, Alex attended a charity event at a downtown gallery. The room was filled with people in sparkling dresses and shiny suits, everyone trying to appear kind, generous, and important. But Alex's attention was not on them. It was on a woman standing quietly by the corner, looking at a painting with a soft smile. Her name was Maya. Maya was different. She did not wear expensive jewelry or a designer gown. Her hair was simple, her dress modest, but her eyes shone with warmth and curiosity. She laughed freely, not caring who heard her. She spoke to the volunteers and listened to their stories with patience and care. Alex was drawn to her in a way he had never felt before. He found himself standing beside her, trying to think of something clever to say. But when she turned and smiled at him, all his rehearsed lines disappeared. "Hi, I'm Alex," he said, almost too quickly. "I know," she replied with a gentle laugh. "You're Mr. Sinclair's son, right?" Alex felt a mixture of surprise and relief that she spoke to him so naturally. They talked for hours that night. Alex found himself telling Maya things he had never told anyone: his dreams of traveling, the quiet loneliness he felt despite all the attention, and even his fear that he might never find someone who understood him. Maya listened without judgment. She shared her own stories, not about wealth or luxury, but about growing up in a small neighborhood, helping her younger siblings, and the little joys she found in simple moments. By the end of the evening, Alex knew he wanted Maya in his life. Not because she would make him look better or impress anyone, but because she made him feel real. A few weeks later, Alex decided to bring Maya home to meet his family. He had never introduced anyone to his father before. Mr. Sinclair had strict expectations, and Alex feared the moment would be tense. But he could not ignore the way he felt about Maya. She made him want to stand up for something more than wealth or reputation. The evening he chose, the sky was painted with soft pink and orange as the sun set. Maya wore a simple blue dress, her hair tied back with a ribbon. Around her wrist was a small bracelet, delicate and beautiful, with tiny golden charms shaped like leaves. She had never taken it off, even for special events. Alex noticed it but didn't comment. Something about it felt important, but he could not say why. When they arrived at the Sinclair mansion, the grandeur of the house seemed overwhelming even to Alex. Crystal chandeliers reflected light across polished marble floors. Servants bowed politely as they passed, whispering greetings. Maya stayed close to Alex, her hands folded calmly in front of her, her bracelet catching the soft light. Mr. Sinclair appeared in the hall, a tall man with sharp features and piercing eyes. He looked at Alex with his usual mixture of pride and expectation. Then his gaze shifted to Maya. He paused, studying her quietly. "Alex, who is this?" he asked, his voice calm but firm. "This is Maya," Alex said, feeling a surge of courage. "She is very important to me. I want her to meet you." Maya stepped forward and smiled politely. "It's a pleasure to meet you, sir," she said softly, bowing slightly. Mr. Sinclair's eyes fell on her bracelet. For a moment, Something in his face changed, a flicker of recognition, of surprise, almost as if he had seen it before. Alex noticed it and frowned, but he didn't speak. Maya had no idea that the small piece of jewelry had caught the attention of the wealthiest man in the city. Dinner that night was a quiet battle of observation. Mr. Sinclair asked questions, each one carefully chosen to understand who Maya was, where she came from, and what she wanted. Maya answered every question with honesty and composure, never once pretending to be someone she was not. Alex watched her, feeling a mixture of pride and relief. She handled everything with grace, and for the first time, he felt that maybe his father could see more than just appearances. After dinner, Alex and Maya walked through the garden, away from the heavy eyes of the household. The air smelled sweet from the flowers, and the stars twinkled above them. Maya's bracelet glimmered faintly in the moonlight. "It's beautiful," Alex said quietly, pointing at it. "Does it have a story?" Maya smiled but shook her head. "It's just something my grandmother gave me. She always said it would bring courage when I needed it most." Alex nodded, sensing that there was more to the bracelet than she was telling. But he didn't press. Tonight wasn't the time for secrets. Tonight, it was enough that she was here, beside him, in a world that often felt cold and empty. As they walked back toward the house, Alex felt a strange sense of anticipation. Something about the bracelet, the way his father had looked at it, told him that this was only the beginning. He didn't yet know that Maya's past and that simple bracelet would soon change everything he thought he knew about family, loyalty, and love. And for the first time, Alex felt a spark of hope, not from money, not from power, but from someone who could see him for who he truly was. The next morning, Alex woke with a mix of excitement and nervousness. He knew his father's curiosity about Maya and her bracelet had not gone away. During breakfast, Mr. Sinclair watched her closely, noticing the smallest gestures, the way she poured tea carefully, how she smiled politely, and the faint glimmer of her bracelet. Alex felt a small tension between pride and worry. He wanted his father to accept Maya, but he also knew how difficult that might be. After breakfast, Maya and Alex decided to take a walk in the city park nearby. The morning air was crisp, and sunlight danced across the leaves. People passed by, smiling at them, but most ignored the small conversation between them. Maya seemed calm, yet Alex sensed she was thinking about something deeper. "You seemed nervous last night," Alex said, finally breaking the silence. Maya laughed softly. "A little. It's not easy to walk into a place where money and power decide everything. But I like meeting people, even if it's scary sometimes." Alex nodded, understanding exactly what she meant. "My father, he notices everything. But he doesn't always understand people. He sees the world in terms of wealth, connections, and appearances." Maya's eyes softened. "Then he doesn't see you, Alex. Does he?" Alex sighed. "Not always. That's why I wanted you to come yesterday. I wanted him to see that there's more than wealth, more than expectations. That I care about someone for who they really are." Maya took his hand gently. "Then you are brave, Alex. And you are starting to change him, even if he doesn't know it yet." As they walked, Alex couldn't help but glance at her bracelet. It seemed to catch sunlight in a way that made the small charms shine almost magically. He remembered the flicker in his father's eyes, a moment he couldn't forget. He finally asked, "Maya, have you ever noticed someone staring at that bracelet before?" Maya stopped and looked at him. "A few people," she admitted. "But it's always been harmless." It belonged to my grandmother. She said it carries courage, protection, and family. That's all I know. Alex felt a shiver. The way his father had looked at it yesterday wasn't just curiosity. It was recognition, something deeper, something connected to the past. He didn't know what it meant, but he knew it mattered. Later that day, Alex's father requested to speak with him privately in the study. The room was filled with old books, polished wood, and the faint scent of leather. Mr. Sinclair gestured for Alex to sit. I saw her yesterday, his father began slowly, and I noticed that bracelet she wears. I recognize it. Alex's heart skipped a beat. Recognize it? How? He asked, trying to remain calm. Mr. Sinclair leaned back, his eyes distant. Years ago, before you were born, our family had connections with another family, one that is long gone now. That bracelet belonged to a woman from that family. It's rare, unique, and very important. If Maya has it, then there is a reason, a story behind it, that I need to know. Alex frowned. Do you mean, she's connected to someone important from the past? His father nodded. It seems so. But I don't know the details yet. I need to be careful, Alex. This could change many things. Alex's mind raced. He felt a mix of fear and curiosity. Maya was not just someone special to him. Her past, her family, and even her bracelet could change everything in the Sinclair world. But he also knew one thing for certain: he could not let this information come between them. That evening, Alex met Maya in the garden. The sky was painted with deep orange and purple hues as the sun began to set. He decided to tell her what his father had said. Maya, there's something about your bracelet, Alex said carefully. My father, he recognized it. He said it might belong to a family that is very important to him, from long ago. Maya looked surprised, her hands instinctively touching the bracelet. I didn't know. My grandmother never told me much. She just said it carried courage and family. I never thought it would matter to anyone else. Alex smiled softly. It matters to me, Maya. But it seems it matters to more people than I imagined. Maya's eyes filled with curiosity and a hint of worry. Do you think it will change things between us? Alex shook his head. No. Nothing will change how I feel. But we have to be ready for what might come. The bracelet, it's not just jewelry. It has a story, and we need to understand it before it causes problems. Maya nodded, gripping the bracelet. Then we will figure it out together. Whatever happens, I want to be with you, Alex. Not for the bracelet, not for your family, but because I care about you. Alex felt his chest warm. For the first time in his life, he realized that love was stronger than fear, stronger than wealth, and stronger than any secret from the past. That night, as they walked back to the Sinclair mansion, the bracelet glimmered faintly in the moonlight. Alex knew it was more than just a gift from a grandmother. It was a key to a story they had yet to uncover. And he also knew that whatever challenges came next, he would face them with Maya by his side. For the first time, the future felt uncertain but full of hope, courage, and the promise of something real. The next morning, Alex could not focus on anything. Thoughts of Maya and the bracelet kept running through his mind. Who had owned it before? Why had his father recognized it? And most importantly, what did it mean for Maya and for them? He decided he had to know more. He entered his father's study while Mr. Sinclair was reviewing some documents. Dad, Alex began, You said the bracelet belonged to someone important. Can you tell me more? Mr. Sinclair looked up, his expression serious. Alex, it is complicated. The bracelet belonged to a woman named Clarice, from a family that had influence many years ago. They were known for their honor, courage, and loyalty. But the family disappeared under mysterious circumstances. If Maya has that bracelet, it could mean she is related to them or at least connected somehow. Alex's mind raced. So, Maya could be from a family with history, with power. His father shook his head. It is not about power. It is about respect, tradition, and sometimes, danger. If people from the past recognize the bracelet, it could draw attention to her. Attention we may not want. Alex felt a surge of protectiveness. He could not imagine anyone threatening Maya or treating her differently because of a bracelet. I don't care about danger or tradition. She is important to me. Nothing else matters. Mr. Sinclair studied his son for a long moment. I see that, Alex. But sometimes caring is not enough. You need to be ready for what this could bring. Alex nodded, though he didn't fully understand. Later that afternoon, Alex went to meet Maya. She was sitting in the garden, her fingers lightly touching the charms on her bracelet. The sunlight made it shine, and for a moment, she seemed lost in thought. Hey, Alex said softly, sitting beside her. Are you okay? Maya looked up and smiled, though it was faint. I am. I just feel like this bracelet is more than a simple gift. Maybe it has a story I don't know yet. Maybe it's part of something bigger than me. Alex reached for her hand. Whatever it is, we will figure it out together. I promise. Maya squeezed his hand, her eyes filled with trust. I know, Alex. That makes me feel braver. They walked slowly through the garden, talking about small things, flowers, clouds, memories of childhood, but both felt the weight of the bracelet quietly between them. Alex could sense that it was not just jewelry, it carried a connection to the past that would soon reach the present. That evening, Alex's father invited Maya to join them for dinner again. The atmosphere was different this time. Mr. Sinclair's gaze was sharp, studying every movement, every glance. Alex could see Maya noticing it too. Your bracelet, Mr. Sinclair said, finally, his voice steady but curious. Do you know where it came from? Maya's fingers instinctively touched the small charms. It belonged to my grandmother, she replied softly. She said it carried courage and family. That's all she told me. I never thought it mattered to anyone else. Mr. Sinclair nodded, keeping his expression calm, though his eyes revealed his interest. It matters, he said quietly. It connects to a family from the past. If it truly belonged to them, it carries history, respect, and responsibility. Maya looked confused. Responsibility? I just wore it because it reminded me of my grandmother. Alex could see her worry, but he squeezed her hand under the table. It's okay, he whispered. You don't have to understand it all yet. We'll face it together. Dinner continued, but the bracelet became a silent presence between them. Alex noticed his father glancing at it often, as if he were piecing together a puzzle he could not yet finish. Maya tried to keep her composure, but Alex could sense her heart beating fast, her mind racing with questions. After dinner, Alex and Maya walked through the mansion's terrace. The city lights sparkled below them like stars on Earth. Maya finally spoke. Alex, do you think my bracelet could cause problems? Could it change how people see me? Alex took her hands in his. No one can change how I see you. I care about you, Maya, not your bracelet, not your past, nothing. And we will face whatever comes together. You are not alone in this. Maya smiled, feeling the weight in her chest lift slightly. She had never felt so safe and understood before. Thank you, Alex. I feel braver, knowing you are with me. They stood quietly, holding hands and watching the city below. Alex thought about the challenges that might come, the curiosity of his father, the questions about Maya's past, and the unknown history of the bracelet. But he also thought about how strong they could be together. For the first time, Alex understood something important. Wealth, power, and reputation could protect many things, but love, trust, and courage could protect even more. And as long as he and Maya faced the future together, nothing else would matter as much as what they had found in each other. As the night deepened, the bracelet glimmered faintly in the moonlight. It was small, delicate, and unassuming, but Alex and Maya both felt that it carried a story far greater than anyone could guess. And they knew, deep in their hearts, that the story was only beginning. The next morning, the Sinclair mansion was unusually quiet. Alex walked through the grand halls, thinking about Maya and her bracelet. He couldn't shake the feeling that something important was coming, something that might change everything. The memory of his father's words echoed in his mind. The bracelet carried history, respect, and responsibility. But Alex did not understand fully yet. Maya arrived shortly after, wearing a simple white dress. The sunlight touched her bracelet, making the tiny charms glimmer. She smiled softly at Alex, but he could see a hint of worry in her eyes. "Good morning," Alex said, holding out his hand. "Ready for another day?" Maya took his hand and squeezed it. "Yes, but I keep thinking about what your father said. About the bracelet and responsibility. I don't know what it means, and it makes me nervous." Alex led her to the terrace. "I know it's confusing. But we will figure it out together. You are not alone, Maya. I promise." Maya smiled faintly and leaned against him. The city stretched out below, its buildings shining in the early sunlight. "I hope the story of the bracelet isn't dangerous," she whispered. Alex shook his head. "I don't think it will be. But if anything comes, I'll protect you. Always." Later that day, Mr. Sinclair called Alex to the study again. His father's face was serious, more so than usual. "Alex, I've been researching the family connected to that bracelet," he said. "It belongs to a line that valued honor and courage above everything. They were admired and respected, but their disappearance left questions. If Maya is related, or even connected, it could attract attention, people from the past who remember them, or who seek the family's influence." Alex felt a surge of protectiveness. "I don't care about attention or influence. Maya is important to me. Nothing else matters." Mr. Sinclair sighed. "I understand that, Alex. But life is not always simple. You need to prepare. She may be connected to something bigger than either of us realize." Alex nodded, though he did not fully understand. He only knew one thing: he would stand by Maya, no matter what. That evening, Alex and Maya were walking through the mansion garden. The air was filled with the fragrance of flowers, and the sky turned soft shades of orange and purple. Maya's bracelet caught the last rays of sunlight, its charms shining like tiny stars. "Maya," Alex began gently, "my father told me more about the bracelet. It's not just jewelry, it belonged to a family that many people respected long ago. And now, It seems someone might recognize it if they see it. Maya's eyes widened slightly. Recognize it? Do you mean, trouble? Alex shook his head. I don't know. But I do know that we face it together. You don't have to be afraid. I will protect you. Maya smiled faintly, feeling comforted. Thank you, Alex. I feel safer when you say that. As they walked, the wind moved gently through the trees. Both of them felt a strange mix of anticipation and anxiety. Alex couldn't explain why, but he sensed that the bracelet was more than just a piece of jewelry. It was a key to a story that was still hidden, waiting to reveal itself. The next day, a letter arrived at the Sinclair mansion. It was simple, without a return address, and the handwriting was elegant and unfamiliar. Alex opened it carefully. Inside, a single line was written, "The bracelet knows the path. Be cautious." Alex's heart raced. He looked at Maya, who had come to see the mail with him. "Do you know who sent this?" he asked. Maya shook her head. "No, I have never seen this handwriting before. But it feels connected to the bracelet." Alex's mind raced. Something was happening. People, or perhaps someone, knew about the bracelet. And now it was reaching out to them. He could feel the weight of responsibility, just as his father had warned. He decided to tell his father. Together, they read the note carefully. Mr. Sinclair's face was tense, his jaw tight. "This confirms it," he said quietly. "Someone recognizes the bracelet. We must be careful, Alex. This is more serious than I thought." Alex felt a protective surge. He looked at Maya and held her hand firmly. "No matter what happens, we face it together. You are not alone." Maya squeezed his hand, a mixture of fear and trust in her eyes. "I know, Alex. I feel braver because you are with me." That night, as they sat on the terrace, the city lights glowing below, Alex realized something important. The bracelet had started as a simple gift from Maya's grandmother. But now, it was a link to the past, a key to a story waiting to be uncovered. And whatever challenges came, Alex knew that love, trust, and courage would guide them. For the first time, he understood the truth of his father's warning: the past could reach into the present, and sometimes, it demanded attention. But with Maya by his side, he felt ready to face anything. As the stars appeared above, the bracelet glimmered faintly in the moonlight. It was small, delicate, and seemingly unassuming. But Alex and Maya both sensed it carried a story far greater than anyone could guess, and that story was only beginning. The next morning, the Sinclair mansion felt heavier than usual. Alex couldn't shake the thought of the letter and what it might mean. He kept glancing at Maya, who sat quietly by the terrace window, her bracelet catching the early sunlight. She seemed calm on the outside, but Alex could sense her unease. "Maya," Alex said softly, joining her, "are you feeling all right?" She turned to him with a small, brave smile. "I'm fine. But this bracelet. I feel like it is calling me to something I don't understand. And I don't know if I am ready." Alex took her hand in his. "Whatever it is, we face it together. You don't have to be ready alone. I will be with you every step of the way." Maya nodded, feeling a sense of courage she had never known before. "Thank you, Alex. That makes me feel braver." Just then, Mr. Sinclair entered the room. His eyes were serious, but there was a hint of concern as he looked at Maya. "I have been doing more research," he said. "The family your bracelet belongs to, They were respected, yes. But they also had enemies. People who wanted their influence and power. The bracelet itself may be a sign that someone from the past is looking for them or for you. Maya's hand tightened around the bracelet. I never wanted trouble. I just wore it because it reminded me of my grandmother. Alex squeezed her hand. We will handle it together. You are not alone. Later that afternoon, the sound of a car arriving at the mansion caught their attention. A man in a dark suit stepped out and walked confidently toward the house. Mr. Sinclair's expression hardened immediately. That must be him, he said quietly. Someone who knows about the bracelet. Alex felt a mix of fear and determination. I will not let anyone hurt her, he said firmly. Maya looked at Alex, her eyes filled with trust. I know, Alex. I feel safe with you. The man was led into the study. He introduced himself as Mr. Langford, a historian, an expert on ancient families and heirlooms. He had seen the bracelet before and recognized its importance immediately. This bracelet, Mr. Langford began, his voice calm but serious, belongs to a family known for their courage, loyalty, and influence. It was passed down through generations. Its presence usually signals that someone connected to the family is nearby or that someone may be seeking them. Whoever possesses it now must be careful. Maya listened intently, her fingers tracing the small charms. So, it really is important, she asked softly. Mr. Langford nodded. Yes. It is more than a piece of jewelry. It carries history, responsibility, and sometimes, danger. But it also carries protection. The family believed it would guide and guard those who wore it. Alex looked at Maya, his heart filled with admiration. You are brave, Maya. Even knowing all this, you are still here. Maya smiled faintly. I trust you, Alex. And I want to face this with you. Mr. Sinclair cleared his throat. Alex, Maya, this means we need to be careful. The past can reach into the present in ways we do not always understand. But it also means you are connected to something meaningful, something valuable. Respect, courage, and loyalty, these are things no money or power can give. Alex took a deep breath. Then we will honor it, Dad. Maya and I will face this together. That evening, Alex and Maya walked through the garden. The sun had set, leaving the sky painted with shades of orange, purple, and blue. The city lights twinkled below like tiny stars. Maya, Alex said softly, the bracelet, it may bring challenges. But it also brings strength. And it brought us together. That is something I will never take for granted. Maya's eyes glimmered. I feel the same, Alex. Even with the uncertainty, I feel like I am exactly where I am supposed to be. They stood together in silence for a moment, holding hands and watching the world around them. The bracelet glimmered faintly in the moonlight, small but powerful, a symbol of courage, family, and connection. Alex realized something important, the bracelet was not just a piece of history. It was a reminder of what truly mattered: trust, loyalty, and love. Whatever challenges lay ahead, he knew they could face them, as long as they faced them together. The quiet of the night surrounded them, but Alex felt a growing strength inside him. He understood now that life was not about wealth, status, or appearances. It was about the people who stood beside you, the courage to protect them, and the choice to face the unknown with an open heart. Maya leaned against him, her bracelet shining softly. Alex, she whispered, thank you for being here. For trusting me, for believing in me. Alex hugged her gently. Always, Maya. No matter what happens, I will be with you. We will discover the story of this bracelet together, and we will face whatever comes next as a team. For the first time, Maya felt completely safe. The bracelet was no longer just a symbol of the past, it had become a bridge to the future, a future that Alex and she would build together, with courage, love, and trust guiding them. And as they looked at the stars above, the bracelet glimmered quietly, like a promise that their story was only beginning, and that the bond they shared would carry them through anything that life might bring. The following morning, the Sinclair mansion was filled with a quiet tension. Alex could sense it the moment he woke. Something about the bracelet, the letter, and the unexpected visitor from yesterday lingered in the air. Maya sat by the window, quietly brushing her hair, her bracelet glimmering softly in the sunlight. She looked calm, but Alex could see her fingers tracing the charms as if searching for answers. Maya, Alex said softly, sitting beside her, how are you feeling this morning? I'm okay, Maya replied, though her voice betrayed a hint of worry. I keep thinking about what Mr. Langford said. About the bracelet, and the family. I feel like I'm part of something bigger, but I don't understand it yet. Alex took her hand gently. We will understand it together. Whatever comes, we face it together. I promise. Maya smiled faintly, feeling courage from his words. Thank you, Alex. I feel stronger knowing you are with me. Later that day, Mr. Sinclair requested a meeting with Alex and Maya in his study. The room smelled of polished wood and old books, and the sunlight streamed through the tall windows. His expression was serious, but there was a spark of determination in his eyes. Alex, Maya, he began, I have discovered more about the family connected to this bracelet. It seems they were not only respected for their courage but also played a role in helping others quietly. Their influence was in loyalty, protection, and keeping promises. The bracelet is more than a token, it is a symbol of trust and responsibility. Maya looked at the bracelet, her fingers tightening around it. I never thought it was so important. My grandmother just said it carried courage. I didn't know it had history. Alex squeezed her hand. It's more than history, Maya. It's a part of you now, and together, we can honor it. That's what matters. Mr. Sinclair nodded. Exactly. But there is something you both must know. The family's past has connections that are still alive. There are people who remember them and may come searching. You must be careful. Whoever seeks the bracelet may try to use it, or even take it. Maya's heart skipped a beat. Take it? Why would anyone want it? It is not just jewelry, Mr. Sinclair explained. It represents trust, courage, and family honor. Those who know its value may see it as a key to influence. That is why the past could reach out to you now. Alex felt a protective surge. Then we face it together. No one will hurt you, Maya. Not while I'm here. Maya looked at him, her eyes filled with trust and gratitude. I believe you, Alex. I feel safe with you. That afternoon, as the sun began to set, a soft knock came at the mansion door. A young woman entered. She introduced herself as Lila, a distant relative of the family connected to the bracelet. Her eyes immediately found Maya's, and she paused, staring at the small charms on her wrist. You have it, Lila said softly. I have been looking for this for a long time. I didn't expect it to be with someone so young. Maya looked at her nervously. I don't know much about it. My grandmother gave it to me. That's all I know. Lila smiled gently. It is okay. The bracelet chose you. And now, it is your responsibility to protect it, just as our family did. Alex stepped forward, placing a protective hand on Maya's shoulder. She is with me. We will handle this responsibly. Lila nodded. I can see that. But know this: the bracelet is not only history. It is guidance. It will show the right path, but only if you follow it with honesty, courage, and heart. Maya listened carefully, feeling a sense of purpose she had never known. The bracelet, once a simple gift from her grandmother, was now a symbol of something far greater. She felt a connection to the past and a responsibility for the future. Alex squeezed her hand again. Whatever comes, we face it together. You are not alone. Maya nodded, feeling her courage grow. I know, Alex. And I feel ready. As night fell, Alex and Maya walked through the mansion garden. The stars sparkled above, and the air was filled with the scent of flowers. The bracelet glimmered faintly in the moonlight, a small but powerful reminder of history, trust, and courage. I never imagined a small bracelet could mean so much, Maya whispered. Alex smiled, holding her close. Sometimes the smallest things carry the greatest power. And sometimes, they bring people together in ways we never expect. You and I, we are part of this story now. And together, we will face whatever comes. For the first time, Maya felt completely at peace. The bracelet was no longer just a memory of her grandmother, it was a bridge to the future, a guide, and a symbol of the trust and courage that now connected her to Alex, to the past, and to a story far larger than herself. And as they stood together, looking at the stars, both felt that their journey was only beginning. The bracelet had chosen its bearer, and together, they would honor it with bravery, love, and trust guiding their every step. The next morning, a quiet determination filled the Sinclair mansion. Alex could sense it as he walked through the halls. Maya was sitting by the terrace, the sunlight catching her bracelet, making the tiny charms shimmer like stars. She looked calm, yet Alex could see the curiosity and courage in her eyes. Good morning, Maya, Alex said, taking her hand gently. Are you ready for today? Maya smiled softly. I think so. I feel braver now. The bracelet, everything that has happened, it feels like it's guiding me, like it wants me to understand something important. Alex nodded. Whatever it wants, we face it together. I will not let anything happen to you. They met Mr. Sinclair and Lila in the study. Lila had come early, carrying a small, old book tied with a ribbon. This, she said, placing it on the table, is the history of the family connected to the bracelet. It belonged to my grandmother. It tells about courage, loyalty, and the choices we make when faced with challenges. I believe it is time you learn the truth. Maya opened the book carefully. The pages were old, delicate, filled with notes and sketches of the bracelet, its charms, and the family who had protected it. As she read, she learned about a woman named Clarice, a member of the family who had helped people quietly, making choices that required bravery and trust. Clarice had given the bracelet to her granddaughter before passing away, saying it would guide the wearer to courage and protection. Alex listened beside her, feeling proud. This is amazing, Maya. You are part of a story that has inspired people for generations. Maya looked up, tears in her eyes. I never imagined something so small could carry so much. It's more than a bracelet, it's responsibility, courage, and family. Lila nodded. Yes. And now it has chosen you. You carry the past and the future together. It is a gift, but also a test. Your actions will define the next chapter. Mr. Sinclair spoke softly. Maya, Alex, I understand now why this bracelet matters. And I see why it is important to protect it, not for power or wealth, but for its true purpose. And I see how strong you both are together. Maya smiled faintly at him. Thank you, sir. I want to honor it, and I want to protect it responsibly. Alex squeezed her hand. And I will be with you every step. No matter what comes, we face it together. Later that day, they walked through the garden. The sunlight filtered through the leaves, and a soft breeze carried the scent of flowers. Maya's bracelet glimmered softly. Maya, Alex said, I think I understand now. The bracelet isn't just about history. It's about courage, trust, and doing what is right. It brought us together and reminded us of what really matters. Maya looked at him, her eyes shining. Yes, Alex. It showed me that love, trust, and courage can guide us, even through uncertainty. And it gave me someone to face it with, you. Alex smiled, feeling his heart swell. Together, we can face anything. This bracelet, the story, the past, it doesn't scare me. It only makes me want to be braver for you, Maya. As the evening approached, the sky painted in shades of orange and purple, the mansion felt warm and peaceful. Lila stood nearby, smiling. The bracelet's story continues through you. Be brave, trust each other, and honor what it stands for. That is all it asks. Maya nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility and the strength that came with it. She glanced at Alex and felt a deep sense of love and gratitude. I am ready, she whispered. Ready to honor it, and ready to face whatever comes, with you. Alex held her close. I am ready too. We will face it together, always. That night, as they looked at the stars from the terrace, the bracelet shimmered quietly in the moonlight. It had traveled through generations, carrying courage, loyalty, and hope. And now, it had found its place with Maya, guiding her and Alex toward a future built on trust, love, and bravery. Maya felt a sense of peace she had never known. The bracelet was no longer just a gift from her grandmother. It was a symbol of connection to the past, to the present, and to Alex, who had stood by her through every challenge. Alex and Maya sat quietly, holding hands and looking at the stars. The past had reached into their present, but instead of fear, it brought understanding, strength, and love. And as they held each other, they knew that no matter what challenges life would bring, they could face them together, guided by courage, trust, and the bond they shared. The bracelet glimmered faintly, small but powerful, a reminder that the simplest things often carry the greatest meaning. And as they embraced under the starry sky, both Alex and Maya felt that their journey had only just begun, filled with hope, love, and the promise of a future they would build side by side. In that quiet moment, the past, present, and future seemed to align perfectly. The bracelet had chosen well, and so had their hearts. And for Alex and Maya, the story of courage, loyalty, and love would continue stronger than ever.